So lately I hear about these things that you need to learn how to set up boundaries. You need to define what is personal. Basically, what people tell you is that you need to learn how to get out of communication with the words. What does it mean to set up boundaries? It means to put a wall that will define that there are enemies to protect against. It means to exclude people. It means to exclude ideas. It means to isolate you, to make you lonely. So the more boundaries you will set, the more you will define for yourself that there is some danger that you are effect and the other persons or other groups are cause, and you need to be careful. And the more careful you are, the worse you'll get. It is quite amazing that just by saying I need boundaries, you're actually saying that things are dangerous, which means I'm weak, I cannot handle them. What you actually should say is that you need to increase your space, to increase the sphere of influence that you have. Because the bigger the space that you have, the more you include people, things, ideas. And the more people, things, ideas you include within your space, the more you have, the more control you have, the more income you have. So why people feel lonely, why don't you have what you want to have, is because you decided that it's a good idea to exclude. You decided that it's a good idea not to communicate, to hide. You call it's personal. But actually it is withholding. It is hiding. It is an unwillingness to communicate. That's what it is. Because if your husband tells you, look, my phone is a personal thing. I have my boundaries. I don't want you to see it. You know that your husband is cheating you, is hiding something from you. If your wife tells you that she doesn't want to communicate with you because it's personal, of course, she's hiding from you. The same applies to your friend. The same applies to anyone. Because if the question has been asked, if it arrived to a point where I communicate about it, the right thing to do is to communicate, not to hide. And if you need to hide it by saying that it's personal, or by saying that I have my boundaries, or any other nonsense, you just try to prevent communication. And you are as alive as you are willing to communicate. And you will see that you actually started to die at the day that you considered that communication is dangerous. That you started to die at the day that you decided that you need to exclude people from your space. You started to die when you decided that it's better to be alone. What you need to do is not to set up boundaries, it's to break boundaries. What you need to do is not to have things personal, but to have as much communication as you can about anything. Have all viewpoints from anyone, be willing to listen to anything and give your own viewpoint. And only then you are alive. And otherwise, you are dead. Because really, what happened when a person dies? He has a real boundaries. He is buried within the boundaries that he set to himself. Old people have more boundaries than young people or than children, and are closer to death. Do you want to live or do you want to die? If you want to live, no boundaries, no personal things, no hiding. If you want to live, if you want to die, set up lots of boundaries. Meir Ezra, piece of truth for you.